Plato, the architect of the soul. In 399 BC, a profound silence fell over Athens. The trial of the century had ended, and the city had just condemned its most virtuous citizen to death. In his final moments, immortalized by Plato in the Phaedo, he did not fear the end. He spoke of the soul as an eternal prisoner of the body, finally finding liberation into the realm of pure truth. As the hemlock took hold, the most virtuous man in Athens fell silent. For his young student, Plato, this was the total collapse of justice itself. He watched as a democracy he once believed in executed its own moral conscience. At 28, the aristocrat Aristocles, known to us as Plato, turned his back on a career in politics. He realized that if he did not act, the wisdom of his master would vanish like smoke in the wind. He vowed to make the spirit of Socrates immortal. Plato began to write. He did not write reports, but dramas, the dialogues. Through his pen, Socrates lived on, still questioning, still probing the depths of human virtue. It was the birth of a new way of thinking that would anchor Western thought for millennia. Disillusioned with Athens, he left. For 12 years, Plato traveled the ancient world as a ghost, seeking substance. In Egypt, he studied the precision of ancient laws, the order of mathematics, and the wisdom preserved through religious traditions and astronomical observations, learning that the pursuit of truth demands clarity, discipline, and a deep understanding of the world. In Sicily, he encountered the followers of Pythagoras. They revealed to him a terrifying beauty, that the universe is built on the hidden language of numbers and harmony. He saw that geometry was the sharp edge needed to pierce the veil of physical reality. He tried to mentor Dionysius, the tyrant of Syracuse, into a philosopher-king, but failed and was nearly sold into slavery, proving that power without wisdom is tyranny. Returning to Athens at 40, he founded the Academy, the first university in history. Over the entrance, he placed a warning that defined his method: "Let no one ignorant of geometry enter here." It was a sanctuary for the rigorous pursuit of absolute truth. Here he developed his most revolutionary thought, the theory of forms. He proposed that the world we touch is but a flickering shadow. Behind every object is a perfect, eternal idea, the unchanging truth that only the mind, trained in reason, can see. The Academy became a sanctuary for dialectic and free inquiry. Here, Plato taught that education is the difficult turning of the soul toward the light. In his search for justice, Plato looked inward. He imagined the human soul as a charioteer, reason, tasked with guiding two wild opposing horses, spirit and appetite. Virtue is not suppression, but harmony. Spirit provides the drive for greatness, while appetite anchors us to our needs. When reason masters both, the individual finds internal justice, and for Plato, a just soul was the only possible foundation for a just state. In his masterpiece, The Republic, Plato expanded this harmony to society. He imagined a city where the wisest lead as philosopher-kings, guardians who rule not for power or ego, but for the common good of all citizens. To explain the difficulty of this awakening, he gave us the myth of the cave. Imagine prisoners chained from childhood, seeing only shadows and mistaking them for the only reality. They live in a world of mere opinion. For the prisoner, the shadows are everything. But if one is freed and dragged into the sunlight, the experience is painful. The light burns his eyes. He must learn to see the real world, the world of ideas. Among his greatest students was a young Aristotle. For 20 years he would challenge his master's visions, eventually turning the Academy's spirit toward the natural world and birthing science as we know it today. For decades, Plato anchored Athenian thought. His influence became the water in which we swim. From the theology of the Middle Ages to the humanism of the Renaissance, his thought built the bedrock of the Western mind. His academy was closed by decree, but its walls never truly fell. They were preserved by scholars across empires, proving that a true idea can never be executed. During the Renaissance, the rediscovery of his dialogue sparked the fire of humanism. His ideas reshaped the way generations understood reason, knowledge, and the nature of reality. And so, we return to Athens. Socrates died without writing a single word, but through Plato, his ideas found a lasting voice. Plato went further, developing his own ideas about reality, knowledge, justice, and the soul. Plato taught us that wisdom is a bridge across time. After 2,000 years, his challenge remains. If truth is the sun, are you willing to step out of the shadows? Are you the charioteer of your own life? Or are you still just a prisoner watching shadows on a wall? Plato's broad shoulders still carry the weight of our questions, guiding us toward the light. Subscribe to Timeless Thinkers and join our journey toward wisdom and truth. Together, let us seek the light.